Hi everyone, welcome to the East Current. Greetings from Brussels and Belgium. We're still in a heat wave. We've been in a heat wave since the middle of June, which is exceptional in this part of Europe. We'll have a look at the markets starting in Japan, the Nikkei. What did it do? Weekly closes. It recovered. It's above the short-term moving average, which is good. The Chinese broad market is still very weak. It did recover the short-term moving average here, but it's still below the 50-day and still below the trend line here. So it's in a bear market. KOSPI did close above the long-term trend line, which is good. It's a good recovery, and we'll see what happens next week. India, it's hovering around a little bit above the long-term trend. It's not very clear at the moment. We'll have to see what happens. The Stoxx 600 in Europe, it did not manage to make an all-time high this week, but it's still in a good posture. Stoxx 50, an all-time close. The FTSE did come back a little bit this week, but nothing really to report there. The DAX, an all-time close, an all-time high close. The IUSA, the vehicle or the product you can buy in Europe to follow the US markets, the S&P 500, did make a new all-time high. Then we go to America, the US 500 futures market, a new all-time high close. So can you be bearish as an investor? No, I'm not bearish until we see closes below the long-term trend. SPX, SPY, all the same, all-time high closes. The RSP, equal weighted market, very strong close. Again, an all-time high close. The Qs did recover completely. We are almost at a new all-time high close. But yeah, we tapped the long-term trend and then immediately revert direction. So that's the power of the long-term trend here. Dow Jones came back a little bit, but still very strong. The broad market, RSP, IWM and the IWC, small caps, all-time high close. So very, very strong. The US market is very strong. Here's a market that is in trouble. That's the Brazilian market, EWZ. This is concerning. We are in an A, B equals CD correction probably on the long-term trend. That means if you take this, and take this, this could be a target. I tried to short this one actually this week because we closed below here. And that's a trick you can use to analyze the downward trend and the volume. You saw a lot of volume in the downward movement. So this meant that the market was rational. Then it actually came up on low volume. That is an indication of weakness. And that for me is a reason to short an index, especially when it hits the long-term trend. I was looking to short it, but here in Europe I had no way to short it without options or anything else. I don't trade options, but I tried to short it. Anyway, it didn't happen. The dollar weakened a little the last 2 weeks. Then the bond market, TLT, is horrendous. This is really an horrendous chart. again, multi-decade lows on the treasuries. And then the two bonds, the junk bonds and the corporate high yield bonds, both in bear markets. We have to watch this. I don't like it when the bond market is bearish. Bitcoin, nothing to report. It's taking its time. The long-term trend is catching up, so we'll have to wait a few more weeks, probably beginning of September, middle of September. We'll have more information. Ethereum, the same. Yields, Europe, all-time high close on the yields. It's incredible. 3.2%. We are already feeling the pain in the construction sector in Europe, but this will not do any good. Japan, all-time high close on the GP10Y. Yeah, the US 10Y is also strengthening again. And look at this, the US 30Y moving up again. Yeah, we'll have to keep watching that. Gold, nothing to report here. I'm still bearish on gold. I have to see what it does here when it touches the long-term trend line. So I'm not really interested in gold. Sugar had a good rush. It's finding some structure in the coming weeks, and we'll see what happens there. Yeah, that's about it. I wish you a good weekend. Keep in mind that we are investors. We are not interested in day-to-day movements. We are interested in week-to-week movements, and we cannot care less about any news-driven day-to-day movements. So keep that in mind and talk to you next week.